Hello and welcome to Toke. I guess you can see that I decided to change settings a little bit. I'm here in South Florida and let me give you a little peek of how things look around me. Got palm trees over that way, and if I flip it around the other way, you'll see a big pool. You can hear some kids in the background. So today I'm from this little lounge chair. Spend some time telling you a little bit more about things that led me away from some of the beliefs that I had in the past. Like in the last video, I said that you know what you know either because of a rationalization, you rationalize something, you use reason, you have personal experience, or some authority. One of those things is going to be behind your being able to come up with whatever you believe. So today I'm going to go with one of the things that started me. So there are three of them in total, but the first one that started me to rethink some of my political views. It occurred when I was working on my master's degree. It's in engineering, and one of the classes had to do with pricing. How do you price something? So you've got to take into, like, if we're these glasses, you got the raw materials that are needed, and you got this metal hinge, so you got the metal that you have to have. You got to come up with these lenses. So this is a rather simple device, but you still have to have something that can form these things. So you probably a machine, a mold of some sort, and then you have to have different size molds because not everybody's the same size, if you will. And then you have to grind the lens or form it somehow, and then they tin it. So all of these pieces, you'd have to plan out and look at what the cost would be for all of these things. And so that's just the raw materials. Then you need the people that will dig up the materials, people that would extrude, the plastics that then get formed. Then you would need to have machines for the forming and people to work those things, and you have to put it in, can't put it outside, so it's got to be in a facility someplace, and most likely you have to pay some state or city or whatever inspector to you got to pay them, to get a permit to put your building up, and so you got all these things, and then you got an office with a bunch of people that they're up there, dealing with pushing papers and things like that, and then taking care of the rules and regulations that, OSHA is going to smack you down if you do this, or you've got Environmental Protection Agency that'll smack you down if you do that. So all of these things are going to have a cost to it. And all of these things would go into the price of, how much these glasses are going to cost. All right. So, and then you've got, on top of that, the people that are working at these places, they got their benefits. You got to put all of that into the price of this. You got to put in, the insurance, and, for the company and for all of the people. All these things. You got to take into account, well, what kind of damages are going to come. How much of, as I'm making these, how many of them am I going to screw up? So the pricing that it's come up with has got to cover all of these things. Now, that wasn't the thing that got to me. It was like one of the items. Of course, you had to return on investment, so before I get to that, one more thing. But if a person cannot gain the money in return that they invest in a particular company, they're not going to invest there. They'll put their money someplace where they can get that investment, and something on top of it. I mean, that's the whole idea of investing, So the thing is that the thing that got me was that a line item that you'd have to take into account is taxes. That's right, taxes. So the local, the state, the federal, all these taxes that a company has to pay gets passed on in the price of the item. So there were some taxes that had to be paid by the company, quite a few of them. Income tax that this has to account for, because if they don't account for it, then where does it come from? I mean, I thought it came from the rich people. You know, rich people could take care of it somehow, you know, not thinking that they're looking for a return on investment. And the owners of the company, you know, they not doing it. It's not a charity. You know, they're doing it so that they can feed their family, uh, reach their dreams, you know, things of that nature. So, you know, a lot of these company owners, you know, work long hours. So I'm like, wow, okay. So when we tax companies, the company is not the one that really pays it. We pay it. I'm like, oh, hold tight. Uh, that I didn't think about that, you know, prior to going to this class, you know. And then once I went there and started thinking about that, taxes, we pay for it, and I'm not really going after the rich. It actually comes back on me when I buy something. I'm like, whoa, no, I want to know how much the government is getting from me, you know. So whatever these companies pay, that that's not them. You know, you don't soak some sort of wealthy fat cat someplace. That doesn't happen. You know, the wealthy fat cat's going to make his return on investment, or he'll do it somewhere else. So the fact that I can buy these is because somebody invested in this in order to make it possible. So it kind of changed my thought, and so I'm like, So these people that are pushing, you know, companies got to pay their fair share, or rich people got to pay some sort of fair share. It started to dawn on me that uh, maybe I'm wrong about the way I'm thinking. So by reasoning, it helped me to shift my thinking. See you later on with another Thought of a King.